I'm giving you guys direction 3 ways regarding naming your pole brand. If you are seeking to start your own pole business and you have not yet actually legalized it with a name, forming a company, whether that's a sole proprietorship, a limited liability company, a partnership, whatever the case is, if you are on that trajectory to do that, then these are 3 things that you need to know before hang your hat on the name that you think you're going to choose. Let's talk about a couple of things you want to get done first. 1, the name that you choose, the naming convention for your business needs to be something that is actually marketable. So if you are obviously going to be teaching pole dancing classes or providing some type of pole service, then you don't want to call it Paint With Me Heels. You want to make sure that the company is called something regarding pole fitness, that just by the name itself, it will market you and it will tell your targeted audience what you do and what service you're going to provide and what value you're going to bring. So your naming convention for your company needs to have relevance to what you're actually doing. That's going to be super important. It's going to make it easier for people to understand who you are. It's going to make it easier and more time efficient for people to make a choice whether they're going to check out your business. You do not want to keep it so mysterious that it actually ends up hurting you. So make sure that you keep it on topic and that you're calling your company something that your market will identify with and recognize. Second thing is you want to make sure that when you do settle on a name, that name is not already taken. Because if you choose to take a name that has already been registered or trademarked, then you can actually get yourself in some trouble with infringement. So you need to make sure that you are doing a search and you're not using a name that is already registered or trademarked. Because if you form a company and you start to go by that name and you start to sell and market by that name, you could definitely find yourself in some legal trouble. That's not what we want to do when we're getting started, right? We want to focus on our business and we want to focus on building our name, and we want to create a name that we'll be able to have for a long time because you're actually branding yourself to that name. People will start to take on that name and recognize that name for your particular way that you do business. So you don't want to get so far out and then realize I have to do a rebrand. It's not going to be fun. And it's also going to be costly because now everything that you've ever created in the previous name will have to be changed into something different. So going on to topic number 3, the third thing that you want to do is before you form that legally formed company, you want to make sure that the Secretary of State website in which the state that you are forming your company in is free and clear of that name. Okay, so you want to make sure that name is free and clear so you can form your business to that entity name. So if you're thinking ABC pole dancing and you go into the Secretary of State and you run an entity search and you type in ABC pole dancing, you might find that it has already been taken. So that you can run into some issues there. So you want to make sure that entity has not been formed or that name has not been claimed on the Secretary of State website. So do your due diligence first before just resting your head on a name and actually going and creating TikTok and Instagram profiles and YouTube channels behind it. Make sure that you can actually use that name so that you don't end up finding yourself in a rebrand position. Grab that website URL. So everything is cohesive. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and share it with another polepreneur that could definitely use this lesson. Make sure that you check us out on www.poleboss.com or polepreneur.com. And we are here to help you for the long run in your pole business.